Hey guys, so we're waiting for a few more people to join in. Once they are here, we will start again. Uh, to those who are joining in, hi and welcome. My name is Rohit. For those who don't know me, welcome to the third edition of In the Spotlight. Our guest tonight is going to be Melvin Thambi, who's going to be talking about mastering your telesales and sales pitch. So, hi, and good to see you all back again. And yep, so I think a lot of people are coming in, so let me see if Melvin is here, and then we can have Melvin on.
Hi Rohit,
Hey Melvin, how are you?
I'm good man. How are you?
I'm good.
Hope I'm audible.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
Melvin? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you well.
Superb.
Perfect. So how are you doing, man? It's good to have you today.
Yes.
How are
How are things over there then?
things? Are good. Things are good. Bombay is still a little more cautious with the numbers increasing.
I understand.
Uh, yeah, so we have a lot of people joining in. So why don't you just say hi to everybody?
Yes. Hi guys. Hope you guys are doing fine. In fact, what more to ask at this situation now?
Yeah.
All right. So should I start now? Like what is it?
Just before you start, so hi everybody, welcome to the third edition of In the Spotlight with QAS. My name is Rohit, and our guest today is Melvin Thambi from Zorging Business Owner. He'll be talking about mastering the telesales and the sales pitch. So, Melvin, you can take over now.
All right, superb guys. So I mean, it's live is for the first time, anyways. You know what I mean? It's pretty exciting, anyways, right? So my topic is very simple, right? Right? It's nothing complicated. It's just a basic thing what happening across the country right now, because most of the businesses right now are actually running through telecalling and telemarketing because there is no business in this world, right, without sales. No
Yeah.
matter how good your product is, no matter how good your innovation is, if you can't sell the product, then there is no revenue coming in. Then the business can't sustain anyways. You know what I mean, right? So even we started the telecalling thing recently, right, wherein exactly 1 2 months back. You know what I mean, right, and it's going good. You know what I mean, and I'm seeing a lot of people doing really well because we've always been into direct marketing. We've always been into doing events and workshops and everything. You know what I mean? Now it's a little weird and little out of the box. You know what I mean? Because none of us expected that. So rather than talking to a client, because we always believe that direct marketing and we always believe that talking to the client or the customer directly was the most effective one, and still it is. You know what I mean? But when with the situation of COVID-19 and the pandemic happening across the country, because the only revenue generation point was this. That's the only way we started, in fact. The only reason was,
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why we started telecalling was a temporary solution. Now, once we started and when we got a grip of it, we are planning to continue it. You know what I mean? Like maybe even after the pandemic and everything, situation get recovered again, right?
From a lot
So when
of
it come to,
owners.
sorry.
I think we've heard from a lot of owners that it's been going well, and it's become a very uh, key substitute for what is happening, and or a a route that you guys can take.
Exactly. So I mean, it's working pretty well, in fact, because nobody expected. So because even the most experienced owners and even the most experienced people in our business or the business across the country, in fact, again, never realized the potential of it, or maybe we never promoted it, in fact. But when we tried, when there is no other option to unless to try again, that's when we go to understand what it actually do. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the pitch, guys, there is nothing special about telemarketing pitch because end of the day, it's all about talking to the customer. So because it has never been when it comes to sales about what you speak. It's always and always been about how you speak, what you talk and how to talk. You know what I mean? There never been the content never made a big difference again because we as an organization, right? We as a company across the country, we work with multiple clients
Yeah.
and sales and revenue been pretty similar in each and every offices and branches across the country. right? And every client and every people has different pitch, but still the sales numbers remains the same. So the only thing what we follow is we pitch in the right way. It's not that we pitch the right content. It's that we pitch the right thing. You know what I mean? The way we approach, way we talk to the people and everything remains the same. So I don't want to talk too much about content anyways, because you guys know the content, because every offices and every people, every businesses across the country has different clients and different pitch, whether it's insurance, whether it's Google, or whether it's when it comes to Tata Sky or any entertainment division, whichever division it is, right? Right. But the only thing what I want to tell is because so initially we started working just normal with the normal pitch, right? What we used to do with the direct marketing, right, and which didn't turned out to be working really well, right? Then we had to modify a little bit here and there again. And one thing what I noticed is the first 30-second plays a role, because no matter what the product is across a country or across the world for that matter, right, there is a theoretical idea. It's known as attention, interest, desire, and action, right? So if you can take all these four things out of a customer, there you sell. So attention is one of the most important part, because you randomly dial up a person who you don't even know, right? And the person doesn't want to listen, because nobody in this world, people want to talk, but nobody want to listen. In fact, that's the world we are living in. You know
So
what?
it is similar to what you all get do even face to face. The first 10 seconds of how you greet them, how you meet them is
Exactly.
what
So
they want to
yeah.
listen
So
to you or talk to you,
and
continue talking to you, invite you inside the house or whatever.
yes, exactly. So the thing is, so the thing what happened with direct marketing is that, right? There the thing what sell in direct marketing is that there is a personal presence. You know what I mean, right? So let's say you represent Google. There is a representative of Google over there. You know, doubts are cleared then and then. You know what I mean? Your smile make a difference. The way you dress make a difference. Your appearance they make a difference. So whatever you are as a personality make a little bit of a difference again, right? So we always teach all our what is it, candidates and all the joinees who join our business, who are joined for our internship and everything. One thing what we teach people is that your body language plays a very big role, right? Now this proportion is exactly different, wherein you can't show your body language, you can't show your face, nothing, right? So whether you have a great voice, I still I mean I can still relate to it if you see, right. It's all about enthusiasm, because I'm still a Malayali from Kerala, you know what I mean? I still have the Malayali accent, you know what I mean? Right. So the minute I call a customer on call, they ask, "Oh, are you from Kerala?" Yes. I like, yes. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you talk again. It's all about the energy what you what is apply onto the call. You know what I mean, right? So your vibe attract your tribe, your energy attract your customer. You know what I mean, right? So that first 30 second, how you introduce, how you call, and then everything is very different, because initially we used to be very formal with telecalling and telemarketing. You know what I mean? If I'm calling Rohit again, I used to call Rohit, hi, I'm speaking to Mr. Rohit. I'm really sorry to bother you, sir. It's a wrong time to talk to you. You know what I mean? So we're doing a small drive. Can we just talk to you for 2 minutes? I'm really sorry to bother you. There is a lot of justification given. You know what I mean? There is a lot of feel good. Sorry. It was pretty much like convincing a person to talk to you, right? So then later we realized that again, a formal approach is the old way of doing it. The reason why we are one of the most company across the country is the reason that our approaches are casual and we follow a system, right, and when it comes to telemarketing and why changing it. So that we thought, okay, let us approach a little casual. You know what I mean? So what happens is the way we approach right now, which worked out really well, is that it's a casual approach. When I'm calling Rohit, hi, I'm speaking to Mr. Rohit. Hi Rohit, my name is Melvin. I'm calling on so and so company or so and so client. Right? Don't worry, I'm not here to bother you with anything big. We're doing a small COVID-19 campaign, whatever. So whichever campaign you guys are representing again, you know what I mean? It's always been casual right now. And the conversion, because unless and until we don't talk to the customer, we will never sign up a form, or we will never do a sale. You know what I mean? So no matter how much you try, right, end of the day you have to converse with the person. You know what I mean? So for you to converse with the person for that 2, 3, 4 minutes again, that introduction what you give is very, you know what I mean? It's very important. There is nothing to be replaced. You know what I mean? So it's my suggestion, everybody, whoever is trying to approach your customers on phone calls very formally, try a little casual because we are living in the millennial generation. Most of our customers, what we sign up, most of them are millennial generation, and they are already very socialized. They are very outspoken. You know what I mean? Unlike before, people being very shy to talk to people. You know what I mean? Right? Exactly 3-4 years back again. I mean, back then the generation gap was around 10 years. You know what I mean? If you want to see a different category of crowd and a different category of crowd, the gap is around 5 to 10 years again. Now, when I see my juniors in college, when I call them up and when I see them and everything, they are very different from what we were. You know what I mean? And if you see our seniors, they would be seeing us the same way. You know what I mean? So the generation gap is too fast these days. So people are very outspoken because I remember when I mean, one thing I liked about our business is because we are more focused on training and developing people. I mean, that's the only reason that motivated me because I was very shy to talk to people. I couldn't speak English, being very honest about it long back. You know what I mean? And whatever I am right now, it's only because of business again. You know what I mean? Right? But this generation, when I hire the new candidates in our business again, the new joinees and internship, 17, 18 years old, 19-year-old people and other stuff again, they're already, public speaking is nothing new for them. You know what I mean? They can talk. You know what I mean? Talking to a customer, nothing. We don't want to teach sales anymore. We don't want to teach pitch anymore. They're like, okay, sir, we hear the pitch again, we'll talk. And I've seen people filling a deal or cracking a sale in the first presentation without learning anything. So what I'm telling is, right, it's all about the approach. So because they are very casual, so this generation doesn't expect. So being very honest again, nobody want to listen to you. They want to talk, right? So we always had a structure when it comes to pitch again. What the first thing is introduction. When we are on the direct marketing part again, how we introduce the people. Then before we tell about the product or before we pitch about the product, before we crack a deal or sales and stuff, there is a small thing called rapport building, wherein so that a person feel that okay, he is somebody who I can talk to. There is a trust element of trust wherein you show our ID card, authenticity, and other stuff again, right? So, but telecall initially it was a little difficult again. So the best way I just ask people again these days, sir, what is the situation in your city? This is a common. So this is what we started our conversation like exactly 10 minutes back. So I just asked them, how is the situation? What is your opinion about lockdown be lifted? That's it. Now what happens is people don't talk for another 5 minutes. So the minute they talk, you know what I mean? Then there is a good rapport built. Then you can converse. See, nobody want to know much about what is it, the product and the services again. Right. Sales are 50% done because of a good relationship. The people trust you. So most of the product what we sell right now in our business right now are more of a utility of this situation. Whether it's insurance, whether it's Google, it's very important for any commercial or any businesses out there. You know what I mean? Insurance is the, like, if you ask me, food, clothing and shelter, and the next thing is insurance these days. You know what I mean? So everything is a utility product. Everybody need it, right? But why few people or a representative from our office or our business sell more and a few people sell a little less is that why? Because they fail to create an element of trust within the customer. Right. So it's important for you to have a nice casual conversation. The formal way always sounds sales. And nobody want to get sold. Nobody want to get closed. So I know we have a structure of closing people again. The minute the people or the customer get to know that you're closing somebody or closing them. In fact, neither I would prefer to get closed. I would prefer to get convinced indirectly. So rather than focusing too much on, yeah, please. So rather than focusing on too much on closing somebody, right? It's always good to have a great conversation, clear the doubts, let them talk, right? I've seen a lot of candidates who been in our business for 7 months doing the same mistake, wherein they don't let the customer talk. Now this generation of customers want to talk. That's something what I follow, and I listen to people and I just, you know what I mean. And it's a conversation. Right. A pitch is different. A conversation is different. You know what I mean? Whoever it is, whether it's a customer, whether it's a client, whether it's an intermediary, any other intermediary coming in between again. So it's always better to have a conversation than pitching a person. That's what I believe in again. So I don't focus too much on the content again, but always ensure that you're sticking to one simple pitch, whichever client what you're working, because people know about the products. You don't want to educate too much. You know what I mean? They are not subscribing for a workshop. You know what I mean? So for whichever product it is, my pitch is like not more than 2.5 minutes to 5 minutes, because end of the day it's law of averages. You know what I mean? If somebody decide not to buy from you, he will never buy from you. No matter how good
Correct.
looking you are, no matter what kind of a personality you are, whether you are from Amitabh Bachchan's family, nobody want to buy. No matter who is the brand ambassador, you know what I mean? See, we work with one of the biggest clients, Google. Still, people don't buy from us. And no has always been a no. You know what I mean? But what happens, it's again a mindset. We always tell in our business, right? A person, a high roller in sales is a person with a good mindset. A high rolling is a state of mind, right? So understand customers' emotion is very, very important. I feel that, you know what I mean? Because so many times what happens is a lot of people feel bad when they get rejected, right? If you do 10 calls and all 10 are customers, then what's the fun?
Yeah.
Then nobody want to work for it. Then it's like, it's like a habit. It's like a routine. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen, isn't it? Right? Out of 20, when you don't get rejected 19 times and your mentality doesn't grow, you're not growing. What is the element of growth over there? It's only money over there. You know what I mean? So money without growth, I don't see things. So that's very productive, right? So that's what. So stop doing what other people are doing, because telemarketing is not the newest way of sales, right? I know direct marketing is the oldest, and the second oldest would be telemarketing. You know what I mean? I don't
Correct.
think so if anybody marketed through letters and other things. You know what I mean, right? That's why most of the
Yeah.
business long back.
I think that was the time that happened
Exactly,
way
that's
back.
what. Because I know, yeah, way back, since the time, like thousands of years back, we started with barter system, then it evolved, and it's been stuck with direct marketing for a long time, till the time Graham Bell found a telephone. You know what I mean, right? And even after that, it took a long while. You know what I mean. But I don't think so. There is any other, because the reach is much higher, because on field when we can talk to 20 customers and give presentation to 20 customers, here we are talking to 50 customers a day.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, everybody know math. The more the hits, the more the strike ratio. You know what I mean? Ronaldo never scored 4 goals only by kicking 4 times. You know what I mean? So it's end of the day, it's all about more calls. You talk to more customers, and the customer feel okay, he is the right person I can talk to, and he's like, okay, I trust him, right, and no company being the face. It's always that one salesperson being the same face again. You know what I mean, right? Whether it's even when you tell, even Thomas Alva Edison was the founder of, he's the biggest scientist in the history, if I can tell. You know what? He is the father of all the inventions. Even when he found this thing called brains bell, whatever, the telephone thing, whatever, he wanted that person called Brain to sell the product, because he never knew to sell. He was just an inventor. You know what I mean? So no matter how good the product is, world always needs sales. So sales is one business which will never fail. That's, I mean, which I'm very proud about, because I never expected I end up in sales. You know what I mean? So guys, it doesn't matter what the pitch is. It's all about how you are, what you are. People buy you. People don't buy the product, right? But I know that I understand the ratio out of on field when you talk to 20 people, or on direct marketing when you talk to 20 people, you get the 2 customers, 3 customers. Right? On telephonic sales, or when it comes to telemarketing, right? I personally believe that it's going to be like out of 100 calls you get 2 customers, right? And but that 2 customers, and I say, because they're not seeing you, so you have to beat around one thing called tone of voice, and you know what I mean, your approach. There is no body language. You can't show the right reason and stuff. And another thing is, don't just use telephone, because our technology is very much advanced again, right? So these days when we do the telecalling, at the same time, at the same pace, we send ID cards and the rightaries and the merchandises of our product or the client immediately on WhatsApp and mail. So keep a blend. 80% talking, and side pay 20% you have to put the updates. And don't expect everybody to support, don't expect everybody to buy, which is very normal again, right? Any customers, so a few times you have to think from your customer's angle, right? Even if, let's say, if I call you, Rohit, and I'm not sure you would buy. Even if you call me, I wouldn't buy. Right? If you want to try, the best thing is like call up your family and friends and sell the same product. And guess what? 70% people never buy. They trust you, they know
Yeah.
you, whatever it is. End of the day, they want to research about it. So why expecting too much from the people randomly calling up anyways? Right? So it's simple thing is probability, right? I mean, that's the reason our business been there for like 30 years, right across the world. You know what I mean? We worked on a very simple system, multiple hundreds of clients what we work with again, but system is just one thing: more people, more sales. You know what I mean? System is law of averages, as simple as that, right? Another thing is, don't be very defensive on the call, right. A lot of time people feel why the person told you no. You have no idea what the person is going through in life. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right?
So you
I'm seeing
say that
because
something else or not? He must be doing
100,
something else.
yes, 100%. Just because we spoke to somebody, you expect somebody to subscribe. I mean, that's a very wrong
Yeah.
attitude if I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, I have a lot of my friends again. You know what I mean? Because of this pandemic and everything happening again, especially in a city like Mumbai, right? There are like I don't know, good around 1 lakh people being affected because of all this. So very soon, right? Hope it doesn't
Yeah.
happen, but yeah, that's the status, right? Right? You have no idea who you are calling up and which relative or which friend or which connection of him is suffering with the COVID-19. You know what I mean? And maybe he's not in the right situation to listen to you, right? So
Correct.
get used to rejection, right. See, so when a customer tell you no after a pitch, that doesn't mean that he has something against you. Nobody wakes up in the morning telling that again, or thinking that today Rohit is going to call me and I'm going to tell him no. They have nothing personal against anybody. You know what I mean? You are just a random stranger, an executive calling, and he is a customer again, and the customer has all the rights to tell a no and accept it, right? In fact, I can tell you, anybody who's into telemarketing or sales or anybody in the marketing and sales profession again, your job profile is not to sell. Your job profile is to take no's. Right?
Yeah.
When you start taking no's without getting affected mentally or emotionally, that's when you're good at. That's where the CEO is about. Because I read about a lot of millionaires and other people across the world. There is not even a single successful person who never been into sales, directly or indirectly. From Ambani till Warren Buffett, and even if it's Mark Zuckerberg and other people, some more the other way they have to do a little bit of sales and marketing. Even Steve Jobs has to go with their computers and do door-to-door sales. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So it's end of the day, it's all about more people, and it's just not about the money what you make. It's just not about the sales what you do. Again, it's all about the character what you develop, the network and the market what you understand, and that's where the longevity of a company runs. You know what I mean? I mean, my mentors always in our business, whether it's Tony and all the other people, told me one thing again, right? Understand, you don't take, if you just want to be an owner or a business head and just run the business, that doesn't make a sense. You will be the best entrepreneur only once you start taking ownership in all the aspect of your business, whether it's HR, whether it's recruitment, whether it's sales trainings, whether it's monitoring, whether it's portfolio management and everything. That's how it works. So you when if you want to be good with really good with sales, again, you have to be good with everything, and always follow up your customers, right? Everybody want to research about the client. So just because you are representing Google doesn't mean that they want to do it. No, they don't want to do it few times. You know what I mean? And maybe few times they want to know about it, right. Even that's what we do, right? In these days, again, in this generation right now, most of the people, right? Let's say you go to a Zara showroom or you go to any place for that matter again. Let's say you want to buy a good perfume again, and you always see the perfume there, and you tend to search online, right, which is
Correct.
very normal, right? So when
Yeah.
we are doing it, why can't our customers do it, right? So,
Correct.
but it's required for you to follow up a lot of customers, because as far as I know, 80 to 85% of sales on telecalling happens only with follow up, no matter what.
Okay.
Right. This is what I realized, because initially we expected customer size, sir, we are looking for a sign up right now. This is the need based cost, or it's a need based. It's an immediate product right now. We are trying to wind off the drive and all stuff again. Nothing works out. The customer think in a head that again he doesn't want to buy, he'll never buy, and the person who decide he want to buy, he will always buy. But the customer service, the longevity of the product happens only once you give the time to the customer. The person is ready to do then and there, great. But don't force somebody to do it again. As simple as that's what I'm telling again, because I don't force anybody to do anything, right? Instead, what I tell is, yeah, sir, I'll give a call back. If somebody is like, can you go give me a call back tomorrow? I need to think about it. Great. A lot of people genuinely want to ask their wife. A lot of people genuinely want to ask their partners, maybe their family. You know what? They want to take their decision. So give the space and time to the customers, and that gives you better result again. And don't try following up every time, because a lot of time what happens, you tend to call back again and again. Again, that's an old way of doing it. You can't piss off a customer, right? But instead, what we do, let's say the person asks you to call you tomorrow, right? Call up whatever time you mentioned again. Call once, max to max twice, then never call after that again. Just contact through messages, right? Messages, people still have the time to, you know what I mean. You have no idea, because the customer listened to your pitch today, and tomorrow maybe he's sick, right.
Yeah.
It can be. And when somebody is sick, at least me, I get irritated. You know what I mean? So then why taking reaction if the person want to do it, right? Like give us time, right? And few times even this is something what started working out for me really well these days. The minute the person tells me no, I tell the simple line, very simple line again. Sir, next time if you're looking towards an insurance or anything again, do you mind considering me the next first option? And guess what?
Okay.
99% time people will never tell no. They're like, great. And guess what? When you talk to 1,000 customers in a month like that again, even if 100 people save the contact again, you get 30 retained customer for next 1 year. They will just call up because always human brain works such a way that again, they tend to call the connected people first than going to another company. You know what I mean? So if somebody say Melvin FGI, and he may call up, may not call up again, but again, out of 1,000, 2,000 people what we called up again, maybe one or two or three people, anything extra is an extra revenue, isn't it? So why? Because not I it happened to me a long time back again. I signed up for 24,000 deal again, and just for the fact that I told the same dialogue on the few long back. Next time, if you're looking for supporting something, do you mind considering me first? You know what I mean? I got it from some movie if I'm not wrong. As few movies make sense. And guess what? And that lady called me up on a very sweet woman again. That day she couldn't do anything, but on an Independence Day she called me up and she did straight 24,000. Please do it. And did I put any effort? No. I'm okay. Maybe 1 year back, and that was a follow up again, right? So what I'm telling you is, right, take a permission and set the stage, right? Set the stage. So set the stage is a simple thing. Do you mind considering me the first next time, right? And leave them on a very happy note. All these things make a very big difference, right? Because you're not the only first person who's calling the customer the same day. There are multiple people calling you, just one among the person, right? And the thing is, what is it? You have to be the best among that. As simple as that. The best being considered in this world every time. As simple as that. There's nothing special about it, right? When you talk to a prospect again, don't just use the phone, use everything and call high. That's the best formula for sales again. Whenever it's come to con calling and telemarketing sales again, simple formula is call high, right? Instead of doing 50 calls, when you do 100 calls, instead of filling 2 subscription, you will fill 4 subscription. As simple as, you know what I mean? Right? It's a very simple thing. If you put 6 months of hard work and dedication, put you 5 years ahead in life. You know, 1 day of 150 calls instead of 60 calls, put you 3 years ahead in life. You know what I mean? When it comes to revenue, right? That's where the millionaires and other people are made. I'm not talking just about money again. That's all about. So high level prospect work, and always understand that don't just work from 7 to only from 9 to 5. Try making little later, because I am running this business again. So I don't do a lot of callings in the morning, but I do a lot of callings in the evening, because most of the people across the country is working from at least high level prospect work from 7 to 7. Right. So during work time, nobody want to get bothered. I'm sure I don't want to get bothered. Neither you want to get bothered. Nobody want to get bothered again. Right. So try to call them, and I do a lot of follow-ups on on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Because people are free. Right. Especially in our business, we get a lot of customers after 5:30. Why? Because people are free. They are out of their stress. They are with their family. They get to discuss. You know what I mean? A lot of things. So the simple thing what I'm telling is right. Be a little smart. The more you hit, the more you get. The content doesn't make a difference again, right? The only thing what matters is how you talk to the customers, how you treat the customer. Right? When your treatment is right, you get the right treatment, right? And guess what? Few people are going to be a little wrong. They're gonna be shout at you. They're gonna yell at you immediately. And again, understand the simple thing again. You have no idea what a person is going through in their life, right? The reaction wasn't against you. The reaction was against the environment or the situation what the person are in, right? The minute you get into that wisdom of understanding that every customers are just another human being again, then I feel that sales is going to be much more easier, right? It's very simple that again, just be happy. You know what I mean? It's nothing else, right? I mean, at least I'm very happy about the fact that during the situation when a lot of people are losing jobs, a lot of people across the country are losing their businesses and getting financially affected again. And we started this telecom marketing. Is one of the best thing what we chose ever in our business situation at least, right? And the people who treat it nicely and embrace it, and who really want to do, who has that gratitude toward it again, who will do really well again. And other people, I'm not very sure about it. So what I'm telling is the content doesn't matter, and simple. So anything what you practice more, you are better at it. So Telecalling will always give you best response when you do a lot of calling. Your pitch is always better when you work on your pitch a lot more, right? You can do pitch practice, and back in those days when I joined our business exactly 3.5 years back, we remember we used to do pitch practices. We used to practice pitch on what is it in the mirror, go to the washroom, and you know what I mean, right? And if you ask me, yes, if friends judged you 100%, yes. Your roommate judged you 100%, yes. Yeah, people are going to judge you, you know what I mean. But none of them are running a business now, you know what I mean. So anything hard gets you something nice and hard in life. So I mean, it's again practice. That's what I can tell, and I'm open towards any questions right now. Pretty much covered most of it.
Okay, so we've got a question from P. Henny. From
Yes.
Henny, the question is so it's a two-part question. One
All
is
right.
how do you follow up, and secondly is how do you train new guys to train new guys for telecalling? Since as new people expect more results in and don't have more patience.
Yeah, I mean, follow-up telecalling is it's very simple. I don't know which client you're working with again, but I'm just giving a generic answer again, right? Call up the person at the same time because always I mean, anybody for that matter likes a discipline and you know what I mean, right? The person who call at the right time because so many times what happens is I lost a lot of customers, right, by delaying things. So when I mean delaying things again, wherein somebody asked me to call next day at 7 o'clock because I'm a little lazy at 7 o'clock really. So I used to call them at next day in the morning or maybe a little later and ask them again, which never works out, right? Try calling the person at the same time what they mentioned. One thing, right? Another thing is don't call and bother the person again. Again, I'll tell you, just because somebody asks you to call him back or follow up again doesn't mean that you can subscribe. He's gonna subscribe. No, right? Again, out of follow up, you have to filter again. In follow up again, if you get 20 follow ups, one would work out, two would work out. You know what I mean, right. So sales and marketing is a business or it's a thing which gets you your revenue in that 1 2 deals. So don't try to convert everybody. If the person is like, no issue, sir, thank you so much, that's really appreciate. At least you give a feedback. You know what I mean, right. And especially when somebody is working on your pitch again, you can ask, right, sir, if you could write me how I spoke to you in out of 10. And I used to try this fun thing, you know what I mean, because I initially you can ask feedback and everything. That's all about callbacks and follow-ups, right? And try contacting through messages. If the person doesn't pick up, don't try to call them again. You know what I mean? Then they would block
Is better.
you. Yeah, message is better, and you can send a lot of prospects again. You can send a lot of information about the thing again, right? And we send this one message these days again, telling that again, right? Hi sir, hope you're doing well, right. I tried following up with you, but you never picked up the call again, right? We completely understand maybe you're busy or whatever. You can frame it accordingly, right? And kindly let us know if it's an yes or a no from you again. Whatever the answer is, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the smiley, right? And that's a very, very sweet way of doing it. So what happened? The people feel okay. Such a nice character. At least he asked me, okay, what is my opinion? If it's a no, if it's an yes, again, completely fine. And if the person is telling you no, I get immediate response also. Person is telling you no, don't take it personally. Maybe next time, anytime you feel that you want to buy or subscribe, please call us back. That's all about follow-ups.
The second part of the question was, how do you train new guys on telecalling? As you know, the new people who join expect more results in less time, and they don't have that patience.
Okay,
How do you handle?
okay, so I'll tell you a very simple thing again. Our business is a leadership business. Very simple as that, right? Because understand this formula again. Right? There is a big gap and a big difference between you teaching somebody and somebody learning from you. You can teach anybody. Anybody can teach anybody. But it's the other party's option to learn from you. Right. If you just teach sales and without you showing how to crack a deal, right? If you go and see any of the Hollywood movies and Bollywood movies, whichever is related to sales again, right? Whether it's Wolf of the Wall Street, right. I mean, somewhere he show people how to sell, right? So unless and until people don't see the result, they will never believe. That's one impact. Another thing is again, it's practice. Right, you know what I mean? The biggest mistake what people do, the new Gujoinis do when it comes to marketing and sales is that again, their pitch is very monotonous and robotic. So you have to work on your tone of voice, you have to work on your fluctuations and you know what I mean, few times when you tell where to stress, which not to stress.
Questions. That was also one of my questions that I wanted to know. how much does improvisation and customization play a part in the sales pitch? Because I believe that everybody is given a standard pitch. However,
100%, yes.
how do you and improvise on that? How do you do that, and how much of an importance does it play? And also, secondly, is how much of a how much do you what do you call it? So yeah, that's one part of the question that I want to ask you. How much does customization and improvisation play a part?
It's not too much because in a pitch of 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, again, there is nothing. There is nothing much to be changed, or there is nothing much. The only thing is you have to be to the point, because as I told you before, again, this generation people doesn't want to listen too much. They want to talk much, right? Rather talking a lot and giving a big brief and big large about our product, again, instead come to the point. Sell the things what people need. Understand the customer. You know what I mean, right? Whether you're working with insurance, again, you don't want to talk too much, again, sir. You will be aware of the situation, what's happening in the country right now. Right. Insurance is just a need. It's not even a comfort or luxury anymore. You know what I mean, right? So these are things what you're doing. Why we are better than any other product? As simple as that. That's what people want to know, right? But when you tell it again, stress at the right places again. Understand. Don't try to do a lot of things called "How are you, sir? Hope you and your family is doing well." People doesn't want to know. People know it's a formality. The minute you talk the generic thing what any other sales people talk, then it's just a sales pitch, right? Instead, take a lot of feedback and improvisation. When I mean again, it's all about fluctuation of tone of voice and body language, right? Wherein don't be too loud, don't be too soft. Take control of the situation.
Exactly. So my question was, another part of the question was, how much does tone, play a part, because when you're face to face, when you smile and you show that enthusiasm, people can notice it. On the phone,
97%. I can.
Yeah. So I think people, humans are that developed. How you say hello to a person on the phone shows excitement or your excitement or your enthusiasm in that way. So how much does that also play a part? Where whether you sounding disinterested, about what you yourself are talking or pitching, or how enthusiastic or excited you are about your pitch also as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant again, because when we were on direct marketing again, on field again, if you can tell, right, it was the ratio was 3% the content what you talk, what you put across to the people, 27% the tone of voice, the way you fluctuate the tone of voice and everything again, and 70% was body language. Now, on phone, there is no body language. So that 70% which was with body language being acquired by tone of voice. Right, so there is a big difference between I'm calling hi Mr. Rohit, I'm talking to Rohit, right. Let's say I'm talking to you, like I'm calling customer, hi, I'm speaking to Mr. Rohit, right. So we're taking a small drive, that is different. At the same time, hi, I'm speaking to Mr. Rohit, we're taking a small drive, sir. We're talking to everybody for 2 minutes again. Don't worry, I'm not going to take a lot of time. And it's just 2 minutes of interacting. And would you be able to talk to me 2 minutes? Now what happens? That's different. You know what? It's a little more louder, a little more faster, right? And people, the thing is, right? It's a very simple thing, right. The more excited you are, the more excited the people are to understand why are you excited. That is enough a reason for a person to listen to you, right? Because rather than just like any other customers coming to your office or a salesperson coming to your office, or just like any other Vodafone or an Airtel customer service people calling you for a postpaid transfer of your number, right? That is very different. Hi, sir, right? We have this offer happening. That is different. An enthusiastic person talking to you is very, very different. You know what I mean, right? We always like to chill and be with the people and the friends who are very, very excited as who's happening. That's what customers need. I know there are few customers who need tequila, normal people. I understand that. But even the old citizens need, so you know what I mean? They understand you with your energy. You know what I mean? You attract your customers only with your energy, especially on phone calls again. You just like another telemarketing person is different, and you being a little different is different. You know what I mean? People want to listen to you who's enthusiastic. Right? And your confidence make the people buy. Your confidence is your customer's confidence to buy. When you're not confident about the product, right? This is the biggest mistake what people do in sales, right? They have an amazing pitch, but the minute they come to close a person, filling up a form again, they fumble, they are low on confidence. How will I ask now? How will I close? How will I get a check? Right? That's where people lose. Right. So the good thing about, what I followed always in one field and what I thought of all my people is that again, how to be confident when you come to close. Be confident. Ask. Even Jesus Christ told that again, if you don't ask, you won't get. right? So
Yeah.
even right, if you don't knock, it wouldn't be open for you. So if you don't ask, you wouldn't get, right? If you want, sir, I'm sure you want a great rehash, right? So your product worth 6,000 rupees again, I'm sure you can go for the product of 8,400. It's a premium product, right? If you don't ask, people will never know what it is. You know what I mean, right? So being loud is important, being confident is important. You know what I mean, right? It's important, right? The humble people are treated humble. The aggressive people, that's why India prefer Virat Kohli as a captain. You know, not in a wrong way. I like his play, you know what I mean. But people need aggression. And when I mean aggression, not in a wrong way. I'm sorry, right? People want enthusiasm, right? When the more excited you are, the more excited the people are to listen to you, right? Now you can't show the body language on telemarketing, but instead you can be a little more loud. You can be a little more proactive, right? You can be a little more, right, aggressive speaking. That's what people need. This world need right now. That's
Okay.
what.
So there's another question that has come up. One is, how do you, when you face too many negative customers, how do you handle those situations? And
Hmm.
secondly is, is how do you control customers that are not involved in your presentation?
I
So
don't
like,
try to
you call, they're listening, but you understand, you get a feel that, they are not too convinced or they
interested.
are not too interested. So how do you handle those situations?
I don't try to do that. I mean, I don't try to do too much again. So there's something what I follow in my office again. I don't teach my new trainees not much of a negative conversion. The more see, it's tempt the person to convert a negative, right? So see, I'll tell you the one misconception or misunderstanding what everybody has in our business is that because negative conversion is a part of a pitch, right? You feel that you have to convert everybody and everybody, right? Negative conversion doesn't mean that you have to convert a negative person to a positive person. Negative conversion means that 50-50 category people who want to do it, but not now. You're giving that simple reason to support or subscribe right now, as simple as that. You know what I mean? So you can't convert everyone in a way. It's like you can trying to control. Okay, Corona is there, right? But I'll try to control Corona. You can't do it. There are things that is not in our control itself means that it's not in your control. Right. So don't try to convert everybody with the people. The minute I sense that again, the person is like, okay, he's not interested. Least bothered about it. No issue. He's not my customer anyways. I wouldn't prefer to spend that extra 5 minutes with the person who's not interested. Rather, I would use that 5-10 minutes to talk to another two new customers. Still, my probability is a little more higher. Right. That's what I feel. So I don't convert a lot of negatives. Right. I don't try to. And again, a lot of people tell you no, how do you safeguard your attitude? I feel that's the question what you asked me right now. Right. Simple thing
Yeah,
is have a lot of sense
correct.
of urgency. Right. I have a lot of sense of urgency. Wherein see the thing is, our brain is very defensive in nature. Anything that hurts you, make you analyze it. You know what I mean? So we do postmortem. Why did that person told you no again? Right. If the customer doesn't tell you no, then that's not a sale, right? Then that's like, then why would our clients need us? You know what I mean, right? Then if it's just like okay, you go talk to a customer, you go to a customer and they put a red carpet and come, Melvin, I was waiting for you. Great, the form is ready, the check is ready. Then what's the fun? You know what I mean? So I don't try to convert too much. The best way to distract yourself from negativity is that again, when you talk to a customer, the person tell you no, dial another person immediately, right? So I listen because these days offline what happens because most of the mobile phones what we dial in or most of the phones what we dial in they have the corona message. People cough, right? And I see a lot of trainees and other people again listening to that, right? So it feels so nice. They listen. I like why did you so the computer is telling you that the phone is switched off. Right? I still tend to listen to you. Somebody is talking to me so nicely. You know what I mean? You don't want to waste time like that. Right. If somebody tell, let's say I called Rohit and Rohit is like, no, I don't want to subscribe right now. I already have a great connection. Done. That's it. Right now, what more to do? We can't convince him. He's done. Right. Then we can't do that, isn't it? Right. So I like, okay, move on. I cut the call. Thank you so much. That's really nice talking to you again. Right. Anytime you feel you want to change in connection, please get back to us again. It's going to be great help again. Done. And go to another person. Now you can't cut the code and sit there and analyze why did Rohit told me no. I wouldn't do that. But instead I dial another person again, right? That 1 minute of gap what you give, right after the incident, make you and have an analysis about the incident. You know what I mean, right? You can't. Let's say you met with an accident. You can't sit there and wait, isn't it? But why? Why I slipped? You can't do that. But instead, wake up and go meet a clinic or whatever it is. So the best way to do is dial on the person immediately. Keep your numbers ready. Keep your telecalling data ready again, right? Let's say I called Rohit again. Done. Okay, let me call Yogita next again. Or done. Let me call Kushbu next. Done next. Let me call Sam next. Done. That's it. So you have to keep moving on. You have to have a lot of sense of urgency, whether it's on the field also. Right? So rather than when a customer tell you no, don't sit there and analyze why the customer told you no. Instead, go and meet another person again, talk to another person. That's it. So what happens? The incident change, the scenario change, and after all these things, okay, you feel like analyzing. No worries, right? Once your work is done, maybe post 6:30 again, whatever. Go sit under the banyan tree. You can analyze. Be a Buddha. I don't mind again. But analysis, right? What is it? Cause you hair loss. Nothing else. So
I had a question. Yeah, so I had a question, and this is from two interesting things that you said, about in your session. One is, having a casual conversation, correct?
Sorry, I didn't understand. What
having a casual conversation with your, building a rapport, having casual conversation. Now,
yes.
how do you judge, when it is a time to change? What happens is, if I say I call you up, I say, hey Melvin, hi, and we build a rapport.
Yeah.
When do you, okay, but what happens is when it'll happen that either the conversation will go too far or too long, where the purpose of the call is missed, or it's too short, so how do you judge, how do you judge that, this is the ample time, or you understand, okay, now that I've built a rapport, how do I change, how do I shift gears? So how does that come into picture? How do you understand that?
Okay, so that's what I told you again. The first thing what I told again, when you have a pitch, you have a script. Stick to one simple script. That's it. You have stick to one simple pitch, right? Give the information what is to be given. That's it, right? The rapport building doesn't go for a long time because nobody want to talk to you for a long time on the phone. Again, one thing. I just meant just 1 minute, not more than that. 30 seconds, 1 minute, maybe 1.5 minutes, few time, right? But other people doesn't want to talk too much. Again, we'll have to come to the point again, right? So how you do that? Because keep the limits. The limits is your pitch. Your pitches keep it short and simple as that. Let's say I call with a client called Google and I tell you this is what we are doing again. So, and I'm sure it's going to help your business very, very, very much, right? And which is going to double your sales, it's going to double your whatever, right? That's it. That's my content. My content remains the same. I don't change it according to the person again. No. Very rare scenario, few people I talk to and the person want to talk to you. That is maybe 1 out of 50 calls. Okay, maybe, right? I'm not telling waste a lot of time. Maybe for that one person, okay, it's fine. You can also have a lot of fun again, right? Yeah. So that's how it is, right? Because it's law of average like a deck of cards, right? So where you have to find out of the 52 cards, you have to find only that, that 2 aces or the 4 aces technically which is available again. Out of 52 cards, there are only 4 aces, and those are your customers. There are kings who want to talk too much. There are queens who want to talk a lot. There'll be jacks who genuinely want to support, or genuinely want to subscribe, but I'm not in the right situation to do it right now. And also there are 1-2 jokers who want to be rude to you, which is very normal. So it's there in a game. That's how the world is. Whether you're in sales, whether you're anywhere, even if you're working in an HR department, whether you're working in finance department, again, yes, right. The headaches, because I was a CA student, right? So I did my IPC1, IPC2, so I know how difficult it is. I used to study from 2 to 10. Right. I never expected I end up in marketing or running a company like this again, being very honest again. So that's how it is. The life is multiple different colors. That's how it is. So you can't expect one just because I like black, only white doesn't work. That's what I feel.
So I have one last question for you, and this is from Kanan 1412. He says that nowadays, because there's a lot of people are not believing in payment through phone calls. So how do you handle situations like now they've pitched and they've the customer is convinced, but when it comes down to making online payments through through the phone, that is where where the customers are having a doubt. So how do you handle those kind of situations?
Okay, so payment through online. So technically, we should be facing more difficulty, our product division, what we are working in, than any other product division, being very honest, right? Because so immediately you're asking a person to do a fund, you know what I mean? It's a little difficult, right? But it's just an analysis. It's not very difficult. The customer who actually interested in the product, they don't mind whichever payment gateway it is, right? So my simple way, some people, very rarely people ask you, how should I do a payment? Is it trustworthy and everything? Yeah, 100%, sir. You're doing your payment through BillDesk and you're doing through Paytm, Google Pay, BillDesk, and what is it? We do through Razorpay, and we are doing through PayPal and what is it? CC Avenue. And these are the most trustworthy payment gateways in the world right now. So
Correct.
I don't know how. I just tell few time I tell the customers, sir, being very honest, you spoke to me, you trust me. That's the reason you're doing a transaction right now again, and 100% for sure. Again, I take the guarantee you can trust the payment gateway because these gateways being owned and are the most reputed payment gateways again. I don't think so. We are not. One thing is, see, the best thing about our company is that we don't take anything as cash. We don't take any check in our favor again. Everything is done through the payment gateways and the cross pay checks and everything. So I don't think so. That's a very relevant thing. Maybe 1 out of 100 customers will ask you, will you be safe? And you do your part. You tell your things, sir. You can trust your payment gateway anyways, right? It's just like how we purchase from Flipkart and Amazon. You trust Flipkart and Amazon, right? Exactly same thing. Even after that, somebody is facing a difficulty doing a transaction. Okay, maybe that's not your customer. That's what I feel, right? Then tell them whenever you feel comfortable, you can research about the payment gateway. And if you want to do it, sir, please do it and let me know, please. Thank you so much. That's really nice talking to you. That's it. Stay safe. So that's what I feel.
Perfect. So I think that's about it for today. I think there's
Yes.
one thing that is from Srijan Reddy.
All right.
So mentality when people around you are growing, inspire you putting the same efforts.
Okay. So it's a very funny question. Yeah, it's nice, right? So I can tell you, if you put the right effort with the right mindset, that's where you grow. Right. So mentality. The thing is, what happens is, I mean, not in the wrong way, but thing what happens is, uh, you focus more on building your mindset. You will never build a mindset. Few time mindset is something you going with the flow. You know what I mean? If you see another person who joined with you and who's with you is growing because of a right mindset again, right? Don't be insecure, don't be inferior again. You know what I mean, right? So when a criteria, because there's something what I tell my guys again, because think about me, right? Because initially when I joined, right, it was a little difficult for me also with a lot of aspect learning sales, because from finance to sales, you know what I mean. I didn't make a lot of money initially in our business again, you know what I mean, right? On field as a BA. You know what I mean? So my target's not been achieved any time. You know what I mean? It was a little difficult for me also, right? Then if I analyze 100%, yes, right? When you do well, you will never analyze. When things goes a little wrong, right? That's where you start analyzing again. And the people who overcome that are the people who actually succeed in our business again. So stop analyzing. Don't think about it, right? When people tell the criteria to get promoted and everything is like you have a team of 15, 20 guys and having a sales numbers of 150 people or 150 units. That's a criteria. All of you guys know about it, right? Right. So initially in first 13 months, I had nobody in my team. Right. I had just one first generation trainer. I promoted my first generation trainer after 13 months. Right. I don't even know if anybody expected me to get promoted as a business head or whatever. Right. But the since the time I started thinking in the right direction, since the time I started thinking and networking with a lot of mentors in our business, this is the change what I did. I was in it. I was very insecure. I am not the best performer. Then how can I talk to the mentors? The mentors are there. They are looking for the right candidate to approach them. They wouldn't call you, isn't it? The mentors or the investors, Tony doesn't want to call you, Sai doesn't want to call you, Sagar doesn't want to call you. Nobody want to call you, right? If you don't approach, again, as I told you again, if you don't ask, you wouldn't get an answer anyways. So you call up. You know what I mean? Since the time I started networking with them, that's when I got the right answers, right? I don't remember 13 months. I had one person in my team again. After 13 months, that's the first person I had in my team, right? But in another 6 months, I had 25 guys. We were doing 450 sales. So what changed is just that I took a decision. I changed my mindset, the way you think. Right. So you can't go back and change the past, buddy. The only thing what you can do is you can probably prospect your future. I mean, that's what I believe. I mean, that's it. So now you can cry about the situation of Corona, COVID-19 and everything, or it can be like what it is teaching you. You know what I mean? If you don't see the dark, you wouldn't embrace the light, isn't it? Right? So don't worry about who is growing. A lot of people who joined before me and a lot of people who was a crew leader when I joined this business, I got promoted before them. So the whoever asked that question right now, maybe you're going to be the next promotion. You have no idea. Things change drastically overnight. I'm not in success, but your mindset, one day you wake up and then, okay, let me do it, and you do it. You know what I mean, right? So take it as a don't take that insecurity as a challenge, right? Take that insecurity as a fuel to burn your things. You know what I mean? And go for it. You know what I mean? Right? Unexpected thing happens. So I don't think so. You have to worry a lot about mindset again. You can't safeguard your attitude. I never believed in safeguarding your attitude. You can't hold your heart and tell that please safeguard yourself. No, you can't do that. The only thing what you can do, you can always think positive. Tomorrow is going to be a good day. Or next month is going to be a good month. Okay, 2020, everybody give up. I'm not even counting my birthday of 2020. Right? But 2021 is going to be the biggest year for India, isn't it? As a country, if you see, most of the investment are coming towards India because after China, India is one among the best and the cheapest market. Now, all the industries across the world have to shift their head towards India, right? And what is China doing? They are insecure, being very honest about it. That's why there is a lot of issue happening right now. Now, you don't be a China, you be an India, isn't it? Right. So that's what I can tell.
All right. Thanks, Melvin. Thank you so much for your time. And I
Cheers,
hope
man.
you guys who are watching this had a great session. I hope you guys learned so much. And thank you for your questions as well. And thank you, Melvin, once again. Thank you so much for spending time and talking to our.
Thank you so much. I mean, thanks a lot for the opportunity, and it's a great platform. And it was unexpected, and I felt really nice about it. Right? I'm still a human being, still an youngster. You know what I mean? I hope I've been invited for so many other calls like that. Thank you so much,
All
Rohit.
right.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Thanks a lot, QSPL, and thanks a lot, other guys, for being a nice audience. All right.
Take
Cheers,
care.
man. Good night. Take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys had so much, learned a lot of things from Melvin and from what he spoke about. Thank you for your questions that came in. I hope he's been able to answer all of them. Uh, all right. We will see you next week again, Friday, with a with a new owner, with a new business owner. I keep in tune to our Instagram page to see who the next speaker is. Till then, take care. Have a good day. Have a good evening and a good week ahead. Bye.